In today's episode, we're going to talk about what makes Absolver, well, Absolver. One of the cornerstones of this 3D PvP fighter is its Goldlinking system. Goldlinking is Absolver's low execution method for rewarding players with precise button inputs. In today's video, we'll take a look at the Goldlink mechanic and explain its utility and purpose in both deck building and combat. Now, every attack in Absolver follows the same basic paradigm when it comes to moveset data. You have startup, denoting how long the move will take to come out, active frames, which Absolver doesn't expose or tell us about really, but they're the frames where your move is active and it has a hitbox available to hit your opponent. And finally, you have end lag, which is the amount of time it takes for a move's animation to complete. Now in Absolver, you're able to cancel the end lag phase of a move and move immediately into the startup of your next move. This is Goldlinking, canceling the lag of one move and going into the next one seamlessly. Now, why should I know about this? Why should I care, right? Well, Goldlinking is an essential mechanic. Simply put, all frame data is based off of the assumption that you will be Goldlinking your move. It's built into the game in such a way that it's a non-starter if you refuse to learn to Goldlink. The rate of your attacks increases drastically when you Goldlink versus when you don't Goldlink. And simply put, if player A and player B, who are both players of equal skill, are placed into an arena and A Goldlinks whereas B doesn't, player A will win virtually every game, every time. Goldlinking is an essential mechanic and one of the foundations of combat. Simply put, it is easy to learn, it is necessary, and it is the base assumption by which frame advantage numbers are put up. To learn it is to truly begin playing Absolver. Now let's talk about the rhythm. Absolver isn't a button masher. It's not a game that rewards who can hit the attack button the fastest. It's methodical. It rewards precise rhythmic input. If you pay attention to your stamina bar, you'll see that launching an attack illuminates two lines above and below the bar. You'll probably also notice two triangles at a fixed point along that bar. Now when the outlines reach those triangles, you're eligible to Goldlink. As an additional indicator, your character will glow gold for a few frames. Simple, right? Just, mid-fight, take a long hard look at these two shitty lines, and when they line up with the two shitty triangles here, just press a button. Or, catch the fleeting moment of your avatar turning into a lemon, and then hit that MF attack button. Easy, anyone could do it. I'm kidding. Visual indicators are nice for me to get my point across, but Absolver shines with sound design here. You can look at the stamina gauge as you throw a move, or you can just listen. Whether or not you're kicking ass or getting yours kicked, you're not going to be looking at your stamina bar the whole time. Goldlinking is a rhythmic game. After you land a hit and you audibly hear the sound of the attack land on your opponent or on their guard, you are eligible to Goldlink. It is a fixed point after the attack lands and is consistent across most moves. The moves that vary in consistency with the Goldlinking timing are generally charge breaker moves and a few select double hit moves. Those moves have a delay point ever so slightly later than your bog standard moves. Speaking of Goldlink timing, let's talk about that. There's actually a timing window for Goldlinking. It's not a perfect input, and there is leniency in its timing. This is generally because if it was a perfect link, this game would be much, much harder. You don't need to know how big each Goldlink window is, but you should generally be trying to Goldlink at the first possible frame you are Goldlink eligible. Any later, and you're losing frames and possibly vulnerable to an interrupt, or losing out on damage in a guard break confirm. With Goldlinking, speed is the name of the game. You want to shave off as many frames as you possibly can to give yourself effective pressure. Now, should I always Goldlink? This is an important question, and you might be thinking that since I just spent a bunch of time singing the praises of Goldlinking, that you should always Goldlink. Well, that's wrong. There are very few scenarios where you might not want to Goldlink, and generally, they're related to mixing your opponent up. So you won't really see this unless you're at high levels of play, and even then, it takes form in other techniques like step canceling. We're not going to talk about that here, but we'll get there. Not Goldlinking is an opportunity to add up to X number of frames to an attack's animation. If you fight someone who is too eager with their defensive ability, the slight delay offered by not Goldlinking can mix them up. Now, outside of that exception, Goldlinking is a must when you play Absolver. It is a rudimentary mechanic that enables anyone who masters it an advantage that most Absolver players consider essential. Without it, you're going to get attacked out of pressure every time, basically for free. Spend some time in meditation and train up your Goldlinking, especially if you aren't already familiar with your deck. You'll find that you can get into a rhythm and you'll be singing a song of pain to all of your enemies. You got this. I'll see you out there, Absolvers. This has been Fundies.